Good evening, and welcome to We All Gon' Die Wednesday. Livingston Man, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. I'm here in front of a picture in New York City, and it's so smoky that I had to wear this respirator. I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on here, and I just want to say that I feel like we live on Mars, and if we're not going to die Wednesday, maybe we're going to die tomorrow from all the... We already had enough pollen and dust and everything else, and now this is too much. Like, lecture me about my carbon footprint. Canada's got some explaining to do. That's all I got to say.
Welcome to We All Gon' Die Wednesday, folks. Welcome. If you guys are anything like us, your news feed on whatever social media that you are on looks like this here behind us. This is actually the Manhattan skyline, and it is one of the most worst air qualities on planet Earth right now. And it sucks, man. It sucks. My throat's burning a little bit, but it sucked. It sucked. I mean, what are you gonna do, guys? What are you gonna do? Shit happens. We deal with it. If you're sensitive, go get those masks that you bought, back when the scandemic was happening, and strap one on your face and go for it. It'll help filter out some of the particulates, and it's still going to smell like shit, but he's still filtering out the particulates.
I'm going to get us inside real quick. Just hang in there, right?
Okay. He's going to get us to some clean air. There we are. Oh, whew. Man, there you go. Yeah. Woo.
The place sucks anyway, and that just makes it worse.
It sure does. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing wonderful on this We All Gon' Die Wednesday, Livingston Man.
It was a decent one for me. It was less smoky. It was yesterday. I mean, yesterday it was like, wow, this sucks. And today I was like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, well, I feel like I got used to it overnight, that apocalypse look in the air.
It's for dramatic imagery.
Holy shit.
I was talking about, I wonder now how long until the conversation about how, with only a few more billion tax dollars, we can solve the problem of wildfires in Canada,
It's true. Let me see if I can bring up there.
How's it sound? Good. Thank you. 5x5. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Trying out some cool new tricks with the audio.
We had some issues with the audio last night.
Whatever that was, I was annoyed that happened, and I'm sorry.
I think we got it all sorted out.
Heineken Silver.
The Livingston Man is on it.
This episode is not brought to you by Heineken Silver, but it was a funny thing. Like, I looked at it and they got Centrum Silver for like old guys.
Right.
My first thought was that's what this was, Heineken for old guys. Like, I thought maybe there was magnesium and vitamins and minerals and stuff in it. And why don't they have that?
No, of course
not. Got me on why don't they have that?
Of course not. Let's see here. I'm doing some digging, folks. Livingston Man's about to backhand me for touching the PC again. He's just going to beat me.
I think you've gone to yesterday.
There it is. That's what I'm looking for, Livingston Man. This guy right here. This will be the topic of conversation here for just a minute. We're not gonna dwell on this because it's all everybody here is about. But the air quality in New York, Pennsylvania, especially southern New York, lower Hudson Valley, is in the hazardous range. So if you're sensitive to that stuff, please be careful. My Renaissance grandma says it sounds much better tonight. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. See, you did it, buddy. Woo. Livingston man's got it covered. He's got it
crap
covered.
Off my screen. Here's what he's talking about. This
Yeah.
is what he's talking about. And here, apparently, the big deal is this purple right here.
Yeah,
that's the worst you
nasty
can
stuff.
get.
Yeah, it's really crummy. Really crummy.
The Hudson Valley prepping and survival, we're up in that somewhat.
Yeah,
we were, I think, yesterday. And
so let's go to Albany. The air quality in Albany is 581, which is unhealthy, but it's not unbearable.
What was it before the fire, though?
Well, it was in the green. It was, less than 50. We got good clean air here. Militant farmer in the house. What's happening, my brother?
So, y'all.
But as you get further south towards the city and you get into these purples here, that's really bad. That's like a 220. And as you get into the browns, it's even worse. It's really, really crappy down like, let's see, Angry Prepperville here. There. In Brooklyn, it is hazardous at a 313. So
avoid all outdoor physical activity. I was watching. We have the EarthCam TV thing on the
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And you couldn't see like the Statue of Liberty out in the thing. I mean, people are calling it like it reminds them of 9/11 or
yeah, that's creepy stuff, man. Creepy
I thought about the London fog that happened, which I off the top of my head, I feel like it's 1899 or something like that. But so everybody had coal, and they burnt coal in the furnace, and the whole city had what we would call smog. They called it fog.
Okay.
And an anomalous weather system came over, pushed all the smoke to the ground, like kind of what you're seeing here,
right?
And hugged it there, and like people died and like asphyxiated from like
no kidding.
This.
Wow.
Now we're not looking at like a Vesuvius thing here, but
right.
But what's going to happen is some people are going to be affected by this, and in fact, like some people are going to possibly pass away. And then it's going to become like this big cause day, like celeb. Everybody's going to come out against this somehow. We just need Chrisman to blow it away for us.
Yeah, just
push it back.
Wish it away.
Wish
it away.
If we all turn our fans north, can we do something? I mean, Andrew Cuomo would have talked to us on at lunch. Had a fireside chat with us about what to do about this. What would Kathy Hochul have to say about this? What are we supposed to do? New York City's choking.
Well, actually, New York State has just released 1 million COVID masks that they had in the stockpile to hand out to folks. If you have breathing issues, contact a local state representative, and they will get you some N95 masks to help filter some of this crap if you're having trouble breathing. Hey, TT1, it's crummy here. It's crummy here. The city's really bad. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, down into Philadelphia. The air quality is just atrocious down there. So be safe, folks. Be safe. This stuff is nasty, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue. In
my opinion, here, it was worse yesterday. Apparently what's happened is it's like just gathered up down there, I suppose, or the wind shifted enough.
Yeah, well, it's blowing right down the Hudson Valley and into the surrounding area.
What I thought was, and like, I've been around plenty of campfires, especially. So I just imagine this is a really big campfire that the Canadians lit up there.
Oh, yeah. Big, giant campfire.
First wave of smoke that was stinking and nasty and like you could see it in real smoky. Yeah. That was like when it got started.
Yeah.
And now like today we're dealing with I was like, it smells cleaner. Like, it's burning better. Like it's burning good now. So what are they going to do about it?
I don't know. Some of these things, all you can do is let them burn themselves out, especially if they're not a danger to, homes and big cities and things like that. You kind of got to let nature take its course, Livingston, man. I don't know if they're going to extinguish these. I don't know really what they're going to do about it.
I feel like the hotter it burns, the cleaner it burns. Like they should probably at this point just it's going to suck for a few days, but
yeah.
When you go dumping a bunch of water on it, won't it just smoke more and be worse?
Yeah, that's my thought. That you're going to get a whole lot more smoke and soot and stuff. As soon as they start pouring water on it, it's gonna get crummy, guys.
Now we talked about how you could liken this. Here's fallout. All right.
Yeah. Now, absolutely.
Let's play imagination, right? And like, so the smoke that you see is the fallout that you wouldn't see, right? But then you see how easily it can permeate and get in everything and be everywhere. Like, people are walking around, they're so noseblind too. They smell like smoke. Their clothes are in there.
Absolutely.
With the things that make smoke smell and be able to see it, it's solids in the air. They're tiny. Put enough of them together and you can start to see them. Everyone's just waiting around in this. This is what fallout's going to be.
Yeah.
One of the worst things that could probably happen is that it rains with all this junk in the air.
Yeah, and
it can turn into potash when it hits the ground. It can poison stuff like
kill the crops. Imagine, guys. So typically when we think about fallout from like if somebody got nuked, right? Ground burst, detonation, boom, and the fallout, and you're like, oh, the prevailing winds take it here, take it there. Let this be a lesson to us that is not always the case. The system is funneling things dead from the north, south, from upstate to NYC. And it's just kind of hovering over us right now. So it's not necessarily always going to go the way it goes in the simulations or the plans or things like that. Weather systems can change a lot very, very quickly. And as we're seeing from Canada, typically the jet stream would just carry this stuff away from us. And we would get smoke from fires in the south. Black Star boys in the house.
Yeah.
Have we made it to tomorrow yet, Black Star? No, we're almost there.
Excellent. What a bunch of characters in here. I love you guys.
Black Star feels our pain. When the East Coast was burning here, our cities had smoke for weeks. I feel bad for you guys. It sucks. It's bearable, Black Star. It's bearable. Ghetto, what's happening, my friend? How are you? Ghost Lincoln in the house, my man Marco, Dan Birch, Jay Creature, Coffee First Then Speak, Cajun, Swerving K9, Johnny Preps, the prepping artist. What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing on this We All Gonna Die Wednesday? So big question is this a bother for everybody? Is the big smoke thing a bother?
It's not, but it's one of these, hopefully, once or maybe a couple of times. I swear last year, like there was like a red sky and there was a thing about that.
Yeah.
But this time we literally could see and smell the smoke from this thing. And it's kind of like oh, wow. So you hope that maybe we don't see this again. But of course, it's so dramatic. It's like you live on Mars.
Yeah. It's really eerie feeling.
And I think that's why everybody's so overblown on social media about it, especially is you might never, hopefully, I suppose, see something like this again.
Yep. So with all this going on here, Dan Birch, what's happening, my brother? Black Star Boy says we're all alive. It's Thursday morning. There you go. There you have it. It was We All Gonna Die Wednesday for about 15 minutes. And Black Star solved it.
Like I said, in the title, we're too old for this. 37 times.
Folks, in the midst of all of the fires here, Mount Kilauea has decided to erupt yet again. There's quite a few volcanoes going off now.
It's got strong end times vibes, guys. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of war and famine and natural disasters and the whole nine. I mean, the Lord said that He wouldn't flood us again. He didn't. That's all He said, though. He left it like, well, there was
totally up to interpretation.
There'll be no water, and wouldn't you know it, it won't rain either, so that's fine.
So a little bit of what it looks like outside could give credence to if we had a large volcanic eruption and plumes of ash. I think it would be even darker because the ash would be much thicker than the very fine particulates that are in smoke.
Well, sure. And some of the worst things that can happen, like in terms of even nuclear explosions and stuff like this. Okay, first there's the bomb goes boom, does its thing.
Yeah.
Then
all the stuff gets sucked up.
Everything it lights on fire is what is your problem there. So again, wildfires, but imagine them in an urban environment, would be
all the burning plastics, the cars, the furniture.
We're lucky all that's burning up there is good, nice, firewood. All right. Cause that could be way worse. Imagine.
Yeah. It's not
imagine if that was a toxic waste dump or maybe one was in the path of the wildfire. Then what?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you never know. You never know. But hopefully they can get it under control. But yeah, Kilauea is going off. I believe, what is it, Mount Etna in is that in Italy? That one's erupting as well. And the more the sun does its thing, the more of this stuff I think we're going to see. I think it's all tied together, man. You know, those big energy bursts from the sun hitting the earth it gets absorbed by the core. You know, you can watch it on the magnetometer thing, and it gets sucked into the core of the earth. It has to affect it. So who knows, guys? It's we all gonna die Wednesday. Could be massive volcanic eruption.
It's still too soon to tell.
It's true. All we can do is prepare, folks. All we can
37 times. It's like that Monty Python skit, and he's like, "You old man." He's like, "I'm not old."
Yeah.
37. He's,
Yeah.
what?
Old man.
37.
Oh, you old
What do
man.
you mean? You called me an old man?
Mount Etna is in Sicily, correct? Yeah, that sucker is going now too. It's nasty, man. It's nasty. I couldn't.
Did Hunter
imagine it.
actually leave? I hope.
Yeah.
So. You couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't harp on the red sky too much, even though we're still talking about it. We're not done yet either.
But it's tying it all into the preparedness and how airstreams don't always go like they're supposed to.
Yo, you ever heard of I think it's called the Dugway sheep incident?
No.
They were setting off VX bombs on the Dugway Proving Ground in Utah, and they were like, the wind's gonna go this way, no worries, dude. And then like the next day, there was all the sheep were dead, and they were like, "We did that? That's weird."
So then, they VX nerve gassed a bunch of sheep.
The wind just went the way they didn't think so, and they nuked them sheep. They were all just bug sprayed them. The Dugway sheep incident happened again. So these are what you see with this, with the train derailment, the toxic cloud, this and that thing. That shit's becoming more and more real. They are, for some reason, the new trend is poison the air.
Yeah. And whatever falls to the ground, man. Whatever falls to the ground, they when these things go up and they burn,
what goes up comes down.
Absolutely.
It's going to be taken away into the stratosphere. Don't worry about it. And okay.
Outlaw says Canadian Prepper is all sold out of masks. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry, you're on your own now.
What a desperate bid for fame. I bet you they should look into him. He probably lit the fire that started it.
Got to boost these sales. What I don't remember what else.
I just want to rule out. I just want to rule it out. I don't know. You sent all kinds of.
Oh, this is a very, very interesting one, and it talks about your
don't fucking touch that. Don't do it.
Public profile photos.
Scammers are among us,
and how they can be manipulated with AI for you to be blackmailed. Becoming more and more common is people stealing your profile pictures from social media, putting you into a pornographic photograph, and then blackmailing you with it. Interesting trend, Livingston, man. But this is all AI based. AI made all of this happen.
No, all right. Now I made it happen. No, didn't make it happen. I made it possible. The human mind, of course, it will immediately abuse AI. People will blame AI for what they taught it.
That's a true story.
Same as their children.
Roaming Prepper, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
Who except powerful and or influential people is actually susceptible to this? What are you going to do? Put me in a compromising position? Okay. You want money?
Exactly.
You want money for that? I'm posting that picture on my fucking Facebook right now, dude. It was me. I did it.
Yeah, Outlaw says they did it to Hunter Biden. Yeah.
And you know what? If that's what they're afraid of, is now there's going to be even more of this. Oh God, I just had a terrible thought. Let's just talk about Nancy Pelosi and the AI deepfake porns real quick. Let's just talk about it.
Lord have mercy.
We've talked about it enough. It's in everybody's head now, and it's cool.
It's not
unsubscribe all you want.
But going this route, it's bound to get some people flustered.
They how many people
And
come out the woodwork and be like, yo, listen, this AI thing's not a great idea. They're like, AI is now available.
Yeah, for everybody. For everybody.
Here you go, guys. Ask it stupid questions. Tell it to be racist, and then wonder why it acts like it does. Yep. And that's what humanity promptly did. I want AI.
It's not happening, man. It's not happening. You the average person is not going to be blackmailed.
They're going to put me in porn videos.
And you have to already be in a compromised. You have to already be guilty of it to fall victim to this. Is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? So
the one making it.
Yeah.
I don't care, except like what I want from AI is to like know if it wants to know my location, fine, because it probably already does. And,
sure.
All right, now go ahead and fucking figure out, since you already know the shit that I eat and like survive on, right? Find me the best deal within a good range and like point me the way. Okay, I do not need AI to make like big booby pictures of like, you know, me and stuff. I don't know who does. Maybe that is the enemy, really. It's not AI, but the people that program it to do retarded stuff like that.
It's the FBI who put out this warning about them stealing your profile pictures. So if you have ever perhaps taken a compromising photo and sent it to someone, you may be susceptible to this. But if you haven't, you have absolutely nothing to worry about because you know it's fake.
Now, women obviously would be the most susceptible to this. They like to post, you know, a lot, and also like, you know, tend to especially like to use beautifying filters, you know,
make
like
selfies,
dramatic, cool, like and trying to look their best. Dudes are out here like
the selfie folks.
Dudes are like looking like shit covered in sawdust. Like, go ahead and put that in your porn video. Let's do this. All right, that's the shit I want to see. Actually, enough about this AI porn shit.
Ronnie Braun says AI voice to text used to listen to the sounds of the letters. Now it decides what phrases we are going to use. Interesting.
That started with autocorrect. Started learning from you like with that. Like
yeah. So as much as we don't think we're playing into AI, we are teaching it every day. Every time we type into Google, every time we search for something on the internet, we are teaching AI different things, more about us. It's learning. Smokey Blazer, safe travels to work, my friend.
Good to see you, brother. The prepping mantis is here. Robert's here.
Absolutely loving life in the house.
Everybody except
Robert,
her.
What's happening? XNYC. Yeah, no, we started talking about wildfire smoke, and Hunter had enough of it for the day.
He's like the type who like loses like 3 rounds of Call of Duty and like rage quits, like throws the PlayStation out the window, like, I need a new PlayStation. They were fucking mean to me on the internet.
So Eric says autocorrect always messes up. Yes, I am never trying to type duck. Never duck. Never duck.
But then you correct it.
So I know on my Samsung device there is a learning mode that you can put your keyboard in, right? And once it learns the phrases that you like to use, they come up in the auto, you know, so you can just type the word, touch the word.
Put Gboard in your phone, all right? Cut out the middleman, send all your stuff, even your password, directly to Google. They wouldn't steer you wrong, right?
Yeah, no, they're so much safer with Google.
They brought us YouTube, you guys, right?
Yeah, no, they bought YouTube.
Well, listen, I've been on YouTube. I remember, like, back in the day, there was like, if you put up a 1080p video, you must be rich.
Dear guy, what's happening, my brother? How are you?
You couldn't go over 10 minutes. So all like the original old ass videos that we put up, like we would intentionally cut them at like 9:58 just to make
sure it was good enough to
terrible, horrible footage like on camcorders and stuff. But then you watch it back and you're like, this is magic. Like we had nothing like all this crazy digital shit.
Holy shit. Black Star Boy says we just had an AI apple picking robot complete its first independent harvest.
You guys need a John Henry. You need a John Henry to come out and beat that apple picking machine.
That's what you need, my friend.
That's teach that robot a lesson.
Absolutely. Look up the American legend of John Henry. And you'll see what we're talking about. But yeah, man, he beat the machine. He beat the machine.
He died trying, but
Yep, he beat the machine. Ghost Lincoln in the house. What's happening, my brother?
I gave up the spoiler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's so, you know, we all know it. Well, there's a song about it. Old John Henry.
That's right, roaming prepper. Never duck. It's never ever duck.
Never once.
Yep. Never once duck. No.
Yeah. But has it ever did you ever try to type in duck and it changes it to the good one?
No, never.
The FBI added that this form of sextortion is very difficult to combat. Said once circulated, victims could face significant challenges in preventing the continual sharing of the manipulated content or the removal from the internet. Have you guys ever seen these like nightmare fuel AI videos? I saw one of Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
Oh man,
eating spaghetti.
That's so freaking
terrifying.
Weird. Yeah, that's scary shit, man.
If you are a human being, you will know that this is fake. It cannot be real.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's like where AI still can't do it right yet. Like it can't do things that are uniquely like our fingers and hands and mouths and stuff. It just can't.
Yeah, it has issues with feet, right, and ears.
Anything like uniquely,
human.
Right, and your ears are like am I wrong or did I dream it or see it in a TV show where like instead of fingerprints they're using your ears?
Really?
Because everybody's ears are completely different, like everything.
Interesting.
But, this is what you have to do is be vigilant in the face of this. I get what they're saying is like, one, be a little bit guarded about like, maybe like know the people in your social media to some extent. But also like be a little guarded about like your identity. It's going to become a thing. Everybody's had their shit hacked or got their credit card stolen. Well,
the new fad on Facebook isn't hacking your account, but they will take all of your public pictures
and just make a different one.
And clone your account and send all of your friends friend requests. Lori Q, good evening. Lady Smith in the house. What's going on, everybody, on this We All Go Down Wednesday? So far, we have survived the wildfire smoke, Kilauea eruption.
It was rough at first, man. I was there.
Lucky Dame, welcome. Mary Miles, how are you tonight? But what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I mean, they're talking, somebody blew the dam in Ukraine.
Somebody blew up the Nord Stream pipeline.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, that happened.
No, right? Yeah, it couldn't have been Zelensky. He would never do anything wrong.
No.
Couldn't have been anybody. It must have been somebody, but it was probably, too soon to tell.
Prepping Mantis says, does anyone think the feds will say the Bunter Hayden will be the first victim of this AI scam in the laptop is Russian bot AI blackmail?
No, because they already tried that. That's what they said it was originally. People lost their jobs and are up against charges for this whole saying it was Russian disinformation and then it wasn't. They're about to put the director of FBI up on contempt of Congress because he won't give over this document that
proves that he was lying.
It proves that like fucking Joe Biden. It doesn't. I don't know what the document says, but by him guarding it and not handing it over. Suggests that it does indeed say that Joe Biden was like doing corrupt shit. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if you got nothing to hide, am I right? The FBI expects that from me. They want to listen to my fucking cell phone because I have nothing to hide. But when you ask them, hey, can we see that piece of paper? Absolutely not. Why not? No.
Yeah.
Nope. Doesn't work like that. Shouldn't work like that. The DOJ has been politicized and weaponized, and they're protecting his family. We all know it.
Oh yeah, but nobody will be held accountable. They
never
the
are.
Problem.
Except Donald Trump, they put his ass up on charges left and right. This shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, they've absolutely making a mockery of the justice system, and it's shown the people who are paying attention, anyways, how corrupt this system actually is.
Classic totalitarian shit. Persecute the guy that can prosecute and persecute the guy who came before you. Make sure he can't never come back.
Oh, they indicted him and Comey. Fantastic, Brad Pittless. Love it, man.
Cocks, both of them.
Love it. The worst that's going to come of it is they're going to get a little slap on the wrist, and then a pardon.
Nothing will ever come.
So give me a 1 in the chat if you think there is going to be a split Republican ticket in 2024. 2 Republican candidates. One of them will back out and run as an independent anyway against the other Republican candidate. Do you believe that this will happen? Give me a 1 in the chat if you think we have a split Republican ticket and a united left ticket? Give me a 1 in the chat, because I think it's going to be a split ticket this year, no matter what, and the Democrat will waltz into office. That's my theory.
The Watchman is right. It's all dirty politics. I hate primary season, especially because like the members of the same party get together and they dog each other out hard. And then when it finally coalesces around like a certain person, or like, well, we got to get behind that guy. Yep, let's do it. Like, so you stand for nothing. Like you tried, and now you're just going to fall in line behind the guy who won. I don't know. You see, who is it? Like Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz are like stonewalling like Republican legislation.
Yeah,
they're protesting the debt ceiling deal.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like siding with the Democrats and like rogue members of the party. Like, so you're going to see a schism down the middle. Just how the Democrat Party has its younger, fiery members of the squad in this. Right?
Okay.
The Republicans have it too. These young people who like came here to like maybe try to do something and change something. And like they're tired of these old ass people snoozing and snoring their way through to their pension. 100 fucking years you've been sitting in this chamber doing nothing. And everybody's tired of it on both sides of the aisle. But it's going to be these young bucks that are going to come through, loud and obnoxious though they are. That's the future, guys.
There's so many people
Dianne Feinstein
throwing their hat in the ring right now.
Big shakeup.
Chris Christie.
The young blood is angry.
Chris Christie, Mike Pence,
I said young blood.
Ron DeSantis, obviously Trump, while under indictment, will still run for president because he's not going to back down. And it's going to divide even further, guys. RFK, he's another one.
I don't you know why I don't like Ron DeSantis is he's like if Trump actually knew how to be a politician. You thought anything that Trump ever did was like bad or like whatever. Like this guy, he's just as like very Trumpish. If there's such a thing as Trumpism, I hate that. But you know what? If I'm going to throw that whole, what I mean out there. That's what you're going to get with DeSantis. For better or worse. I know some of you are like, that's what we need. All right, cool.
Krispy Kreme, that's what we need. Oh, guys.
We need somebody to take the fist out of everybody's ass.
The future of America is starting to be laid out in front of us. And it doesn't look very good, folks. The choices that are out there, well, let's face it, they all suck. They're all either lifelong politicians or somebody who wants the power back more than anybody else I've seen in my life. All right. And I don't care what his claim is. Trump, I mean, you can almost sense the power hungriness in him right now. And I think that's extremely dangerous, especially from somebody who's been so persecuted by this corrupt system.
Trump gets elected again, he's going to play vengeance politics just like they are. And
that's what I'm afraid of is when he gets into office, it's just going to be another fight. Not that it's not right and not that it's not a just fight, but that's what it's going to be. And people will be then when the pendulum swings back the other way again, it's going to be way freaking worse. That's going to be the paddy wagons. We're like 8 years away from paddy wagons and politicians.
I'm pretty sure they are not going to allow a 2024 election. And at this point, who's going to believe it?
Yeah.
I think they'll just suspend it and be like, no.
I think we just need to draw random social security numbers like a freaking lottery. And congratulations, Joanne Weather. You are the new president of the United States of America. Congratulations. Go serve your country well.
Do you accept?
Yeah.
If they don't, you draw a second and that person can't not.
That's it.
I guess.
That's it. XMYC's voting for Wolfang. Hey, I will write in Wolfang. Believe it.
Guys, and I'm like, no offense to Wolfgang, but I'd probably vote for him too. But anybody but them. These
exactly.
Okay, we all know that no matter who they are, except for these younger folks that maybe haven't been in the game so long.
Right.
Everyone else is a part of the system that we seek to change completely. Some of these fixtures, some of these
They've been there
decorations,
forever.
they got to go in the dumpster,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. Unlike Dianne Feinstein, they wheel her in and she doesn't even remember not being there.
You gotta.
It's like, hey, it's time to hang it up. It's time to hang it up. And they hold on to that power forever. They'll never let go of it. They will never.
You start to wonder
less power.
You start to wonder who votes for these people.
Yeah,
like Dianne Feinstein. What she do? Like wheel herself around, like making campaign visits. I mean, I don't understand how it even. Some of these people get. Not so much how some of these people got there, but how they have stayed there so long.
Yeah. Prepping Mantis says, if there is an election in 2024, it will most likely be under the veil of the next thing and solely be mail-in or online voting.
Yeah.
Man.
That's not interference.
Could be. Virginia Bushcrafter, welcome, my friend. Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Cowboy agrees. He thinks it's going to be a split Republican ticket. I do, man. I really do. I really think it's going to be divide, even as much as they can, and then some more.
You have to break everybody apart into individual things. First of all, you got to make them like come out as their thing self. Okay, everybody can identify as whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But then in the end, you still take all those people, and then you keep chopping things. Like you put it in boxes, and you call it something, and then like you make demographics about it, and then you make each of those demographics mad at all the other ones, and say that one hates them. Ad infinitum until like inevitable collapse, at which point like some great.
If you could get a third party together right now that wasn't Democrat, that wasn't Republican, and seat them in the middle of it all, would it be beneficial or would it help either side?
I think that person would say you're both off.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, half your ideas are exactly the same. You're just saying it different and refuse to admit that you agree because you can't. You can't just agree that's the other guy for whatever reason.
Yep.
When they reach across the aisle, it's like they pat themselves on the back. Oh, like I did something for you guys. The whole game is corrupt. I don't believe in prolonging this system as it exists now. It's got to be infected with new blood.
Yeah.
Young people who like know their shit. AOC looking at you. Know your shit. Know what you're talking about. Just go there and be like loud and reactionary. Like those are people who like make like a lot of attention grabbing headlines, but just really like do fuck all.
They don't do shit.
You have your celebrity politicians, and then there's like, I mean, off the top of your head, how many can you name? Like what, 5 or 6? There's like 530 more of them.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
That you never heard of doing all this.
Love and Life says, politics have destroyed every kingdom throughout history. That's right.
Because people refuse to admit that they agree.
Ooh, Johnny Prep says, have the election for president and the runner-up gets vice president. Yeah, force them to work together. Force them to work together.
I always thought that is a great idea, that like the president should not like, just because he got elected means that the vice president comes with him, like his guy. Yeah, runner-up is vice president. I really, really like that.
And someone had asked what I thought about Mike Pence. So what I think about Mike Pence is he's an extremely religious man. He is a God-fearing man. And he might be just what the country needs. Just saying. People call him a traitor because of the Trump thing and yada, yada, yada. He did his constitutional duty to certify an election. I believe he believes in the Constitution and the right way of doing things. He's not loud or obnoxious. I think he's very well spoken. And he's a God-fearing man. And perhaps that's exactly what we need, to turn this country back to God. Could be. We've strayed so far.
What we need is for someone to have that original spirit. Like we're taught, like the legend of the founding fathers and how they had this vision like of America and freedom. And,
I think that's what, he just announced yesterday. I think that's what we're going to see from him.
Well, all right. Anyone who was a part of the government that voted for the Patriot Act should be automatically excluded from the conversation from here on out. Starting with that.
Agreed. Agreed.
As well as every other thing from the PRISM programs to all this stuff that like people knew about and was authorized, and but they got on their high horse and were hoity-toity and played games with the American people and have been since I would guess the end of the Civil War, but really in earnest at the end of World War II. We were in a unique position to be allies with the Soviet Union.
Oh, yeah.
And also be one of the victors in the utter defeat of Germany. So we got to inherit all the best parts of both of those systems, you guys. And then we incorporated into what you see of America now.
Yeah, not as it was founded. Not as
what America is now is this bastard child of what it used to be, and Soviet Russia and Nazi Germany.
Prepping Manta says, I disagree on Pence. I don't think he has what it takes policy-wise or the charisma to get any momentum.
He sure has no charisma.
Yeah, no, well, I'm just saying that maybe perhaps the country needs to turn back towards God, and we need a leader who would help turn the country back towards God. I'm not saying he's the man. I'm not saying that's who I'm voting for. I'm just saying perhaps we need somebody like that.
I think that we need to look inside ourselves, because a guy like Mike Pence will stand there on stage and earnestly and intelligently explain to you how he would attempt to like better America. And then some dickhead like Donald Trump walks across stage and is like, blow it out your ass. And everybody's, oh! And they vote for fucking Donald Trump. And that's what happened in 2016.
Yeah.
So fuck you, actually. Like you would be the one that
happens.
Did that. Yeah, he didn't like what I had to say. Now he's mad.
No, I do like what
when
you
he clicks shit, he's mad.
No.
We should insert an ad right there. It'd be the most replayed live part. I don't like when it asks.
Mike Pence showed himself out on all. He's a rhino and was siding with Nancy Pelosi. See?
Some people will never change their minds about that. The 2020 election will go down as one of the most divisive things in American history. It was either real or it wasn't.
Yeah.
And there's no turning back the people who believe one way or another about it.
POTB says revolutionaries are rarely peaceful. Change happens when people get slapped in the face, not a stern letter. Amen, brother. Amen. What do they say? The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Right? I'm waiting for the chat to react to the part where I called Donald Trump a dickhead.
Jericho Fox is voting Trump. Hey, to each their own, man. And he may be the choice that I make. It depends upon how it all plays out. Who knows? Who knows? I thought about at one point changing my registration to Democrat. And then just getting inside their elections and just voting for the weakest candidate every time.
I think that those little switches and buttons don't do anything, and I think
I think you're probably right, Livingston.
I think those don't do anything.
It's all skewed. It's all you color in the little box, but once you put it in that big digital machine, it tells it what it wants to say.
Like, can I get a receipt?
Yeah, show me what it said.
Isn't it that easy? I mean, a receipt, bro. Like,
High Flyer says that's why Trump got so many votes. We needed an outspoken dick. Well, yeah. Paul Conroy says he thinks Scott would make a better president than Pence. Pence did not catch him on The Voice the other day. He schooled them all in the audience. Yeah. No, he did a good job on that show. I saw some clips from it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Oh, Watchman says he took nuclear football before it was time. Trump was still president, and the thing was going on in the Capitol. Interesting. Yeah, man. Everything is so screwed up. Again, I harpened on it last night, and I'll do it again tonight. Secessio plebis. It's the last peaceful means.
These people are supposed to be working for us, and you know what they're doing? They're
working for them. They're working for them.
They're people overboard, grasping at life preservers. Like everything they do all day long is just investigate each other and defend themselves from said investigation. Not much to do with we the people at all. Just them, the people, the only ones that matter. It's the swamp Trump spoke of that.
Yeah. For all the things that he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong about what goes on behind the curtain. He wasn't wrong about any of that. And he showed us how corrupt and how evil the system can be. It's rough, man. It's rough. Joe DeFazo says, I'll vote when I actually see someone that is going to represent us and not a corporation.
Now, impossible, because like I seriously believe they just make this stuff up. But I always said boycott the vote. When they put up shit candidates, why would you just, well, I got to vote for somebody? No, you don't.
Not necessarily. Well,
it's that
somebody's going to get elected anyway.
But if we, the people, could somehow verify, no, it wasn't us, that's when we know that the shit's bullshit.
Absolutely.
But instead, everybody goes out and makes a big deal about like casting their vote. But then we can't know because y'all went out and did it. If nobody goes out and votes and then somebody wins, you know it ain't right. But you can never get that. Of course, that could never happen because I gotta go to work.
That's it.
Especially right wingers, man. Right wingers refuse to protest unless it's some dumb shit like driving their trucks through the middle of Canada, mad loud for no reason. I got all kinds of money to burn on diesel fuel. Please, I need donations. We forgot to bring food.
The prepping artist says it's too late to fix the country anyways, in her opinion. And I don't think you're wrong. It's too broken. The foundation is crumbling. We're in trouble.
There needs to be like, all right, way less laws. There needs to be so much repealage going on that's not funny. A president and an entire Congress could spend their entire term just slashing and cutting fat pork BS off of like all the laws. Too much overlap and crap. More or less, it's going from. It's not like you're not worried about like, is what I'm doing illegal? You're worried about what you're doing is legal.
Yeah.
Too many laws. Too voluminous for the average person to even understand the legalese of it all.
It's crazy.
It's a totalitarian system in its own right because
you're always breaking the law. Essentially,
that's not freedom when you have to worry about, is it okay to do thing? It should be like, I didn't see a sign, I guess I can do thing.
That's right.
But instead they're like, no, there's no sign, but you're supposed to know that. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. But yet they go out of their way to make sure that you don't know it.
That's right.
And some cop has to call. He don't even fucking know. They just pull you over. I don't know. He had some, I'm going to just explain to you what happened. And then dispatch is going to get on the fucking phone and figure out if anything illegal happened here. Nobody knows.
That's right. And then what do they say? They'll figure it out in court, right?
Yeah. That's not freedom. And it's certainly not the presumption of innocence.
Definitely not. Definitely not. You are guilty until proven innocent.
I don't know if you're guilty, but I guess we'll find out. That's bullshit. Like,
yeah. My Mother Spark, we are definitely on the live chat. I know they've changed a lot of things in the chat on YouTube.
It goes by
especially in your mobile. It's a lot different than it used to be.
I mean, there's a whole like whatever. What does chat rate even mean? What does it show me?
I don't know.
The chat rate of the stream at the most recently available time. Well, it's 11, you guys. So can we just jump them numbers?
That's right.
I don't care if you're just hitting fucking, just go nuts on the keyboard. Spam the chat.
Yeah, it needs to make no sense.
Mods, do not ban the spammers just yet.
Let them rip, Tater Chip.
Let's get that chat rate up. I want to see how this works. Please.
Love and Life says we can talk about it, but are we going to be about it? Absolutely.
No, because everybody's got to go to work. I had to go to work.
When the time comes, I am ready for whatever movement we the people decide on. But it has to be a we the people decision.
We like to tell ourselves that, well, at least when the shit hits the fan, I won't have to go to work. And I think we all know in our hearts that that's not true.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go to work. I'm going to go to work.
No, I'm gonna have to
spam that chat, baby. Yeah, hit me with your auto stuff too. Like just hit those auto-generated things in the phone. Go ahead, rock out there. Love it. That's it.
That's right.
Oh, it went down. What does this mean?
I don't know. It means that YouTube is slow. Roaming Prepper, have a good night, my friend.
He's like,
I'm glad we have survived this. We all gonna die Wednesday.
Made it so far.
My Mother Spark, that's a good one. We like that one. There it is. There it is.
She's quick.
She copied and pasted. Look at her go.
Yeah.
Pow, 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 pow. That's it. Yeah, it doesn't move. It doesn't move. How did it go the other direction?
I'm trying. This is weird now because I'm trying to put it together like it's weird, like kid emojis, like BRB and stuff.
Wolfang says, put on your adult diapers. It will be okay. That's right. That's right. Because you don't want your shit to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Right.
And remember, the First Amendment of the Constitution, you have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
Because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
That's
so
right.
Remember that.
That's French for shut the fuck up. That's what that's French for.
You have the right to an attorney, I think is the Second Amendment, right? If you don't have one will be provided for you who cuts his paycheck from the same guy who writes the prosecutor's.
That's right. That's right. Bearded Observer says your boss is like, you're still coming in, right? That's when you say, ha, joke's on you.
Looks like you're going to be short-staffed, baby. So, no, actually, I'll be in.
Sunset. So that was something we discussed a little bit earlier, and rewind all the way to the beginning.
We're in the chat right now, 28.
We discussed, y'all killing it. Y'all
Mother Sparks going to get auto banned. Careful.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Killing it. Killing it. Wow.
You guys.
She's killing it. Killing it.
You guys, just like
45. Yep. Yes. Now we're talking. Now we're up in like angry prepper territory, man. You guys ever see his chat? It's like
you can't read it.
Yeah.
There's no point.
People throw money at him just so we can see the chat. They get a big blob, you know.
That's how you get noticed around here. You hint, hint.
That's Livingston Man's favorite part.
Transaction has occurred.
Veda says there's a really cool show. It's called The Last of Us. I think you guys would love it if you haven't watched it yet, but I've seen a few clips and it sounds amazing. I have not seen any of it yet either, but my wife and daughter have been watching it religiously, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
It was a video game first. I don't know how many of you guys know this.
Yeah, it's true.
And the show does it pretty well justice. Now I played the game first, so I'm kind of like a elitist jerk about it. It's a good show. It's amazing. But if you're a gamer at all and you don't know that The Last of Us was a game first, dope. Killer game. Amazing. One of the best ever.
Check it out.
High on many, many lists.
Prepping Mantis. Yes. RIP to the Iron Sheik. That's all that really matters today. Use the camel clutch on all your enemies when SHTF.
I prefer the Boston Crab. It just looks more painful. Like, they get your arms.
POTB says, no, you have to play it first. I love that game.
Saying, yeah.
Yeah.
There, I feel
that's a good one. That's a good one. I was a big PUBG player a while back. That was a lot of fun for me. I really enjoyed that game. Player Unknown Battlegrounds. It was fun. It was fun.
Like Fortnite too?
No Fortnite.
No, dudes were mad. Dudes were all about that PUBG. I never played PUBG or Fortnite, and I never played Minecraft either. All right. So actually, I tried Minecraft. I got it because it was free.
Yeah. It's like Legos, digital Legos, I guess.
Listen. I have a fucking PlayStation 4. I know it's not like the most killer shit ever, but still, I have a PlayStation 4, and then I see this Lego ass graphics, and I was like, absolutely not. I did not. I don't have a supercomputer to play this, but kids love it. Minecraft is cool. Right. I ain't dissing it. I just don't really know about it.
Right. Firefly Farm says, question, I heard that senators still get $180K a year even if they decide they don't want to be a senator.
Some of these folks are indeed paid for life. I don't know the specifics of it, but yeah.
Yes.
And they get
I know
Secret
some
Service
of them are.
protection, and you're good forever.
Yeah.
And you will always be referred to as senator.
Yep.
Or in say Hillary Clinton's case, she's Madam Secretary. Highest office she held was Secretary of State.
Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately, they get that pension for life. And
the president gets one too. All the higher up, the top tier ones do. Yep. Government job, you guys. I mean, it's just that's corporate.
Yeah, retirement plan is awesome. All paid for by you and me.
And you get to just do whatever. Once you've been a president, there's all kinds of perks. You never pay for air travel again. You can go and do whatever you want. All the best ones, will go into charity work and they make a foundation. You get a presidential library.
Jimmy Carter.
Where's Trump's presidential library at?
I don't know. I wonder.
But George W. got one.
Yeah, Mar-a-Lago, right? I bet.
Trump would be the type.
Micro Wolf says federal and state lifetime pensions. Yep.
Yeah, because they're sent there to represent their state. You know who I don't like? I ain't never seen anybody vote for either. Chuck Schumer. Man, I hate that.
Oh, Mossy Horn Hunter. That's a good one.
Chuck Schumer sucks.
Doesn't he look like the Penguin?
You know what?
Like the original Penguin from like the 70s Batman.
That smug like smirk he seems to always have on his face. I just don't like it. I don't know who he thinks he's fooling with that. I guess like the people that voted for him 150 years ago. But I don't, because and you know what? It's not only the smug smirk, but he talks like this shit, but he doesn't do anything. He's another one of these lifers.
Yeah, just goes around, shakes the right hands. That's the big thing.
He's the kind of guy that like you don't have to vote for him. He just wins, you know?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Because otherwise like everybody's like...
the only thing I ever know about those people is I vote against them. I vote against them every time and they never ever lose.
At this point, I don't know who... Okay, let's imagine that Democratic voters are an actual real thing. I'll believe in fucking Ohio before I believe people vote for fucking Democrats. Let's imagine that these people are real. They have got to be seeing right now that like maybe not what their beliefs are wrong, but clearly they have chosen the wrong people to present and enact them.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're completely lost, and there's no saving them.
Yeah. These guys been there so long, man. They're so entrenched. They know the people to talk to make sure that they get endorsed by certain people. They know whose pockets they have to line to win the election.
They already have, or who they got dirt on, or who they helped through, like that stuff you see on these, the West Wing and like these shows about the Capitol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
all that dirty backroom stuff, man.
Come on, like you think terrible. They make this up? I mean,
it's terrible. They yell and scream at each other in the chamber, and then all go out to dinner together afterwards. Yeah. It's a crock of shit. It's a crock
theater.
Of shit.
It's theater.
Political theater, Livingston, man. That's the worst kind of theater. At least if you go to Broadway, you know what you're paying for. Here, they need to wear patches like fucking NASCAR so you know who's bought and paid for them. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
They'll never pass that law. Just like they'll never turn down the opportunity to raise their pay every year. It's a slap in the face every time they do that. I wish what they would do is at least just not tell us. I hate it.
And who knows what's coming down the line? It's only going to get worse, guys. The division and the shit talking has just begun. And I hate election cycles. It's the absolute worst. So if we don't talk too much about it, it's because I fucking hate it when the campaign signs are all over the sides of the road and everybody's talking shit about everybody, but nobody's telling you what they're going to do to make things better.
That's it. You don't have to say good things about yourself. You don't have to have original ideas. All you do, dump on the other person.
Yep. Joe, you're right. It is like WWF wrestling, and it's such
But bullshit. Just like not entertaining, though. Like, I mean, if like, they actually like, it's Bernie Sanders with the steel chair. Like, all right, I'll pay taxes for this shit. All right.
We need another Patrick Henry. We need somebody like that who really believes in the Constitution.
They call him an extremist.
We the people, exactly, Love and Life. We need somebody who believes in we the people.
Well, is we the people, and first of all, need to recognize who we the people are, and that's everybody who's getting screwed over by the system, and you'd be surprised.
Yep, left and right and center and gay and straight, and everybody's getting screwed by them together, and we have to find some form of common ground. And if we can they're gonna show their hand and how fucked up they really are, and hopefully it will band more people together.
They really don't like it when we all stand together.
No, they because they could never stop us. There's 330 plus million of us here now, and we have the power, guys. And it's your money, it's your time, it's your career. Those are the powers that we hold over them. And if we take those away, we don't need the money, we don't need any of it, then they are powerless against us.
Unless, of course, they can do...
Just Plymouth, Livingston, man. I'm telling you, we got to do it.
Unless, of course, they are so arrogant to assume that they can
live without us.
Shoulder the burden that we carry.
I don't think they can.
I extend the challenge.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do it. We got to do it.
And it's going to it takes not, in this case, not a village but a country.
Yeah, everybody.
You have got to see. You have to look at it. You can't not see it. It's just it's. To quote Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys, it's fucked.
It is.
I don't care who you are.
And we got to turn it on its head somehow. And that's the most peaceful way that I can come up with to figure it out. But folks, we want to thank y'all for joining us on a We All Gonna Die Wednesday. If you're here, if you're enjoying yourself, smash that like button for us. It really helps out with the algorithm. Thank you for killing the chat rate tonight. My mother Spark put it down. Yeah, that was something.
It's called effort, folks.
That was something.
Just put in work.
That's right. But we will be back soon with some new videos and some more live streams, folks. So stick with us.
As always, we've got some new toys to play with, some new perspectives to show you, some new things to do.
And some new products as well.
Don't be afraid to join our Facebook group if you're not already. Don't be afraid to share this video. Don't be afraid to do what you do.
Hit the subscribe button, folks. Hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all stay safe, and we will catch you on the next one. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. We out of here.